Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus. Today, I'm going to go ahead and do your love reading. We're going to figure out how your person is feeling, how... Oh my gosh. That's so annoying. Okay. All right. We are going to figure out how you are feeling, how they're feeling, the past, present, future, and go into what it is you need to know about this situation. Okay. Okay, so what we have in the past position is the Six of Cups. In the present position, we have the Magician. And in the future position, we have the Lovers. So something you're hoping will work out in a certain way right now might not work out in the way that you're thinking it will. And just because you have the energy and stamina to make it happen doesn't mean that it will. On your side, how you're feeling, we have the Temperance in reversed. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Four of Wands in reversed. Ooh. I think you're really hoping that things will work out in this situation, but it looks like a disaster right now. It looks like it doesn't look like things are working out in the way that you're hoping and wanting. On your person's side, we have the Seven of Wands. So they're trying to battle some kind of emotions, the situation, but then they sort of gave up with this King of Pentacles in reversed. And then they have the Sun. So it's almost like they are putting their energy elsewhere. And this can be very frustrating for you. Let's go ahead and clarify the Sun position right here. Why is this person, what's up with the Sun? It's almost as if they feel that they're free of the burdens of the situation. What's up with the Sun situation? Okay. We have the Mother of Swords. We have the Five of Swords in reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I think this person got really tired of dealing with you. And that's not to say anything about you. They just were unable to handle, like, to be honest, they were just unable to, like, be, like, the king or the queen. Like, they were unable to match your level. They were unable to match your level, and it's kind of making them feel like a kid again, kind of like free. Like, oh, okay, I don't have to have any burdens. I don't know what this person is doing. I mean, it could even be that this person, maybe they are, you know, buying all sorts of clothes now, or maybe they are going out with their friends a lot, or maybe they're exploring to see what their options are. Or, you know, maybe they're posting things on social media and it looks like they're really happy. This person cut themselves off from the energy, from this cycle. There was something that they didn't like about it. With this Five of Swords in reverse, there's something they didn't like about it. It's almost as if there's something they didn't like about what they saw in themselves when they were with you. Something reflected back in you to them that made them feel as if they were inadequate. And it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with their own feelings of lack of self-worth. And by them cutting the ties, right now, at least, they're in this like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be free. I'm very free. I'm living my life. But the reality is that though they're appearing as the sun, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Not only can't they can't offer you anything, but they could barely keep their own life stable. So if you think this person is having some stable, endeavor with their situation, think again. It's not as it seems. And just because they're not giving you their energy, doesn't have anything to do with you. So let's go ahead and clarify how you are feeling. You have the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands in reversed, and the Knight of Wands is also in reversed. And you have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So with this Knight of Wands in reverse, something became very evident. You're feeling like, almost like you don't even know how to approach the situation. You don't really know, how to function. You're like, kind of like, okay, well, when is this person going to communicate? When are they going to communicate? I think the truth of the situation is that right now this person doesn't really want to communicate. This person doesn't really want to communicate because they feel like they have this need and this sense to explore the world and just figure things out. I think it's going to blow up in their face, where they're going to realize maybe the potentials that they had with you. And then with this Five of Pentacles, there's a lot of sadness. You're just like, what happened? Like, how come it didn't work out? Maybe you're even trying to reevaluate like what you could have done better. And that's always great, to reevaluate what you could have done better. But the truth of the situation is you need to come to a place where when you're reevaluating it, also reevaluate how you can value yourself and set your standards higher. But this whole thing has a nightmare tone underneath it a little bit, but I think that you're going to be coming out of it. I think that, as despairing as this all sounds, I feel like with this Five of Pentacles, you're like, okay, well, this is the card of them out in the cold. And what do we have right here? We have happy home reversed. Like you feel like your whole world has been torn from you, or what you have known from the depths of your heart, from your loins. When your heart is scarred, it can feel like it's bleeding. And when that person goes, it can feel like you are missing something from your loins, from your inner organs. And when it's gone, the feeling could be just so despairing that you don't know what you're going to do, because you feel as if you've been scarred, as if you've been cut, as if you've been hurt really bad. And all you want is for something to repair you, to nurture you, to love you. But this person over here, it's not their responsibility to give you that love. So if this relationship is to pursue and continue in the future, or if it's not, whatever way, your lesson here is to learn how to give yourself your own self-love and to fill your own cup, so that when a relationship does come around, this one or another one, you're able to feel whole in the relationship. You feel whole going into the relationship, not half going into the relationship. Two whole people need to come into a relationship for it to work. So let's go ahead and clarify this past position. There's a lot of happy memories. This person, I wanted to say also, realized that they just didn't want to deal with you. They didn't want to deal with your mouth. They felt like they were always trying to, like it was always such a burden for them. Like they always had to like keep it down. Like, oh, here we go again. Like, what is it now? But it's really immature in a way, and you don't want to be with somebody where you can't speak your mind, where you have to adapt to them and everything. Like, you want to be honored, and you don't want to be with someone where you're feeling like they're not honoring you, they're not loving you, they're not listening to you, they're not listening to you. So it's almost as if, you know, maybe they tried to listen, but they just were unable to do it. Like something, you know, became very evident with this. And it's just not fair. So there's a lot of happy memories. There's a lot of love in the past. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen in this situation. This is a really deep connection that you guys have. And what this person needs to realize is they need to learn how to listen to you. I mean, like, they really need to learn how to listen to you. If they cannot learn how to listen to you, you're always going to be sacrificing yourself. You're always going to be the wilted flower. You're always going to be sad because you're never going to feel like you're heard. So you need to raise the bar. I mean, there's potential here. Like, this feels like a really strong and powerful connection with the star energy and the Six of Cups right here. Like, this is a really strong and beautiful energy. We have the Two of Swords and the Magician. I think you're trusting. You're like, it's like you cannot see what's going to happen. I think you're very hopeful. But I'm just gonna give you a little heads up. And I don't think you're gonna like it. The Ten of Swords and the Lovers in reverse is indicating to me that a cycle is closing. And let me say two things. The cycle is closing. That doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is over, but it can be. And that's not a bad thing if it is. I mean, of course it feels like a bad thing. Trust me, I know. But what this is saying is that whatever energies you guys have been in, it needs to cycle through so that the learning lessons can process. The only thing that's giving me hope for you two in this reading is the Six of Cups and the Star. That's the only hopeful thing in this reading. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you an advice. Okay. That's funny because I was just thinking of Virgo and they got the same card. Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. And I shuffled in everything, of course. So maybe this is urging you, since I did think of Virgo, maybe this is urging you to think maybe a little bit critically about a situation. And it doesn't even have to be like all the time, but maybe you want to like really come into a reflection of yourself and how the situation has benefited you and how it has not. Also, maybe ask yourself, what was your parents' relationship like? Just to ask yourself, why not, right? And ask yourself, what kind of relationship do you want to have? So with this energy right here, with the activated Earth, it says power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. So you have so much magic available, but you're not seeing it. Like, you're not seeing it. Like, literally, these two cards here with the Two of Swords and the Magician, you have so much magic available, but the Two of Swords is saying you're blinded by it. Like, you're not seeing everything. Like, you're not, what's that saying? You're not seeing the forest. You're not seeing the forest for the trees. Like, you're only seeing the trees, but you're not seeing the forest. Like, there's so much. Like, don't be blindsided by this energy. So you really need to try to like get out of yourself. Get out of yourself. Maybe go somewhere, go in nature or something. Just like do something or focus on, you know, your projects. Like, do something that takes you out of this so that you can start to move forward. And I think that you're going to start to see a glimmer of hope for, you know, yourself and your life. And then you'll be able to determine better, you know, whether you guys can come back together or not. All right, well, Libra, that has been your reading. Thank you so very much, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.